Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join in singing our national anthem. Welcome, welcome. We got a pretty big band today, but oh my gosh, it's so nice when the band does not outnumber the audience. Thank you for coming. I've had a few concerts like that, but you know, wow, you guys look great. Handsome too. Oh, this is great. Okay, we're going to open our concert with the March King, Carl King, with one of his perhaps lesser known, but it's a really great opener piece for a concert. It's called Robinson's Grand Entree March. Okay. Whatever. And is Robin here? Where'd she go? There she is. Just a word from Robin Glazier. Before she gets up here, we're going to continue our concert with an old Glenn Miller piece. Yeah, I keep looking in case I'm saying it wrong. Moonlight Serenade. Glenn Miller was so famous and his band was so well known, and when he died, they were wondering, was that going to be the end of his era or would it keep going a while? And the family was just kind of delighted when the radio and the new shows coming on kept playing his music even after he was gone. So we'll give you some Glenn Miller right after Robin Glazier.
Thank you, Mr. Conductor. I appreciate it. Robin Glazier, I'm on the City Council. On behalf of the City of Two Harbors, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Welcome you all to Heritage Days 2022. I would like to first thank all of the people that make this happen year after year. I don't know if Cheryl's around. I'm sure she's busy doing something, but could we give her a round of applause for all the hard work her and her crew do? And the other thing I wanted to say was congratulations to the Two Harbors City Band. They're celebrating their 125th year. And we are extremely proud of them and hope that they carry on for another 125 years. Thank you, everybody, and welcome home. If you've come home for a class reunion, if you're just here to enjoy our city, have a great weekend.
This is pretty close to our patriotic 4th of July concert here, so we're going to give you a piece called The American Civil War Fantasy, which kind of mixes together a whole bunch of folk songs and Southern songs, and some of them are all mixed together. They're happening at the same time here and there, and if you listen closely, you'll maybe pick them all out, but they're overlapping, and it's a very interesting piece to play. And these guys learned it on one rehearsal, which is pretty proud of this band. By the way, I'll give you that history again. Two Harbors City Band, this is our 125th year. It's also the 125th year of the Stars and Stripes Forever. You know, great things go together. We've been around for more than half of the age of our country. Our country's been here since 1776, is I think 247 years, 246 years, somewhere in there. And we've been here in charge of 22 of our 40-some presidents. Sorry about that. We tried. We'll give you now the American Civil War Fantasy. Thank you, thank you. We'd like to thank community partners for being here. They're still selling raffle tickets. You got some left? If they sell all their tickets at a 50-50 raffle, the winner will get $5,000, and all the rest will go to support their, what do you call it, supporting of people 60 and over being able to stay at home. A very nice project they're doing. And the Park State Bank just left, but they were the ones providing free ice cream for all of the kids and for all of us. If you missed them, we're going to continue with the Norwegian March, and there's lots of interesting stuff happening. There's 3 or 4 completely different melodies in it, and some really cool clarinet parts, and it's a slow march, but it's just fun. We're going to, with Sue Anderson as our cornet or trumpet soloist, this is Valdres. This is a Saint Scholastica lead trumpet player and sometimes librarian and setup crew and longtime trumpet player with the city band. Andrew Schreier will be conducting the next piece. You want to introduce it?
The piece that we're about to perform is one of my favorites by Frank Kelly, who is well known with a lot of concert band arrangements, taking a lot of folk songs and adding a little twist to them. Well, he did an arrangement of a well-known hymn that we're about to do called Amazing Grace. And you're going to see saxophone solo and a trumpet solo. And then in the center, where the melody isn't quite as pronounced, it's going to be a lot of give and take. So you'll hear bits and parts of the melody throughout the center of the song until the big climax at the end for one more verse with everybody, and then it just quiets down to just the way it started at the beginning. Hope you enjoy it, and if where you hear the full verses being played, if you want to sing along, go ahead. Amazing Grace by Frank Kelly.
it's my chance to do a This Day in History thing. A couple of things happened. 1930, Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes, died on this day, 1930. 1946, Jimmy Carter was married to Rosalind Smith on this day. And Herbert Hoover, the 31st President of the United States, had a big project going. Since 1921, he had been trying to get the Colorado River Compact done, to get the states to stop fighting each other over who gets what water, and he wanted the big dam built. On this day in this day in 1930, construction officially started on the Hoover Dam. And the other thing about that is he signed it, the Hoover, or the Colorado River Compact, into law in 1929. A new piece came out July 10th, just a few days from now, in 1929, was the first release and the first recording of Jelly Roll Morton's New Orleans Bump, which I'm sure they were playing on the radio as they were starting to build the dam. So we're going to continue here with that historical connection, New Orleans Bump. Yeah, and all the repeats as written, only straight, not squeaky like my recording. There's a saying that is attributed to many people, and I think it might honestly have been said by all of them. Strauss, as an orchestral conductor, was rumored to have said this. Beethoven, maybe. John Philip Sousa, definitely. They all said, don't ever look at those trombones. It only encourages them. They're like, just wait till he turns his back. And this is a low brass thing. The baritones and the tubas are all kind of the same personality. I don't know, but just playing these low notes and the rumbles just develops a certain attitude about life, which is, we're going to have fun. So, to try to keep these guys busy and behaved for a little while, we're going to play a piece in which the basses, which is all of those guys, the tubas, baritones, and trombones, have the melody throughout. It's called Them Basses. We'll try. As written, all of the beats. One of the famous and very popular people in Two Harbors for a lot of years was Darrell Johnson, the high school choir director here for at least 35 years. And then he got a community alumni reunion like choir together for some Christmas concert. And then he kept it going with Superior Sound until he was way into his 80s. I think it was less than a year before he died, before he retired from conducting something or other. And he was one of those guys, there's been several throughout the country, but he was one of those guys whose high school choir could give a run for the money with most college choirs. When I was at Concordia College one time, as a sophomore, I think, they had a mass choir festival there. Maybe 15 high school choirs and the Concordia College choir. And as the people went up on stage, they were just stumbling over each other, and it took like 2, 3, 4 minutes to get people on the risers, and then the piano, bong, 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 and then the director would stand up and they start singing their song, and by then everybody was... When Daryl's choir came up, the other choir was not off the risers, and Daryl's had just gone, bam, they were singing. And the entire auditorium with thousands of people was like, who the heck is that? And I'm going, that's where I'm from. I used to sing for him too. I mean, but during this reunion choir thing, Daryl had a thing about pronouncing the letters correctly when you're singing, like an R sound has to be sung on the vowel, and you don't close off the R until right as you're heading to the next note. Art. Otherwise it's R, which is an ugly sound that Daryl didn't like. So one time in a rehearsal, Daryl had not seen Pirates of the Caribbean. And there's this really funny scene in the movie where a couple of the British soldiers, or British Navy guys, are in the water being fished out of the water by one of the pirate ships. And they say, and they got their guns pointed at them, are you pirates or Navy? And they go, arr! Oh, there it was us. Pull them up on board. And they were suddenly part of the pirate crew, but they didn't get shot. So Daryl said, nah, how do you pronounce an R? Half the choir is wondering, well, does he want us to really answer that? Half the choir, in unison, went, arr! And the funny thing was, Daryl was so, what? He was so confused and stunned that the rest of us were kind of rolling on the floor laughing for the next few minutes. And I don't know if anybody ever explained it to Daryl. A great man, but one of my funny memories from him has to do with this piece, a very interesting, complex, fun piece to play. I'm excited to play for you now, The Pirates of the Caribbean. This next piece, John Philip Sousa has to get in every concert here usually. Composed in 1899, and this was kind of the transition piece between the 19th and 20th century. And John Philip Sousa's band had been touring the world and was one of the most popular entertainment forums all around the world. And Sousa was meeting kings and queens and parliaments and presidents all over the world, making friends with them. The Sousa band was perhaps the best PR and ambassador the United States has had since Benjamin Franklin. And the title of the piece says it all, what it's all about. Let's have peace on earth. Let's put our hands across the sea. That's the title of the march. like to tell the story of Vaco England, who was one of the old-timers who was tremendously friendly and helped welcome the youngsters, the little kids in, which I was at the time, into the city band. Very faithful man, to the point where after playing for 54 years, he still attended all of our concerts. And called me one night when he couldn't make it to the concert. He said, "I'm sorry, I can't make it to tonight's concert, John." I said, "Oh, that's all right, Vaco. What's wrong?" I said, "Well, I'm in the ER and they won't let me out to come to the concert." And kind of on that vein and that kind of people, we have Mrs. Tiffany back in the audience tonight at 102 years old. Thank you for coming. We're going to end our concert tonight with another Carl King piece. And keep mixing them up. Yeah, this one is Hosts of Freedom. Thank you so much. We'll be back here Saturday morning at 11 o'clock and a bunch of more Thursdays at 7:30. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for joining, folks.
Oh,